Hey guys, and welcome once again to the official Get Me Up the Moon Ego Team podcast. My name is Skybane Zero, I'm your host for this episode, and today I am joined by...
I'm Tim, I'm the co-host and co-editor of the podcast.
I'm Nathan, I'm an admin on the page, and I make video games with the computer.
I'm Paul, also known as Hypershell. I've done a lot of random stuff, but... nothing recent.
We know Mega Man, so we know Orbit.
Alright, so we are going to talk about the very highly anticipated Mega Rock Fan Festa today. So to those not in the know, the Mega Rock Fan Festa is a massive Japanese Rockman party taking place at the end of June to celebrate Mega Man's 25th anniversary. The event is being organized by famed Japanese Rockman fan CAPkobun with the aim of being the largest Rockman party in history. Tons of festivities will be taking place, hundreds of Rockman fans from all over Japan will be gathered, and numerous iconic people in the Mega Man universe will be present, such as Hitoshi Ariga, Ippo Yamada, and Yoshihiro Iwamoto. Furthermore, our very own Dash 3 Reboot team has agreed to represent our cause at this amazing event, so it's looking to be pretty awesome.
Alright.
Wrong side up. Anyways, no, well, I know what a fun fest is, but what's a Mega Man? I've asked Capcom and I haven't seen it yet.
Fan Festa, not Fun Festa.
I said that. Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay. Anyways, no, so in other words, it's just basically like a huge gathering, a huge party to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Alright. Well, that's pretty cool. It's sad it's only happening in Japan, but, you know, it's something, right? Like, we have our own things, and they're doing their own things, so...
Well, well, I know Skybane mentioned Hitoshi Ariga. They're supposed to have some other artists from the series there, aren't there? I thought I remember someone mentioning Hideki Ishikawa.
Yes, he will be drawing all the artwork for our booth. I'm not sure if it's a booth, but basically for our representation. So yeah, it's going to be... I'm not sure if Hideki Ishikawa is going to be there himself. Suzukaze didn't specify that, but I know he is going to be contributing to our efforts, if nothing else.
And should we probably explain to people who that is? I know in the heroin contest he did the girl with the bean skirt, purple hair. Yeah,
he did illustrations for... Actually, did you guys see that, well, that's aside the point, but his alternate heroine design that was featured in R20+5...
yeah.
Well, it was like the same design, but like two different versions of it, right? Like,
yeah, I think it was mostly just a clothing change.
And well, that and a hairstyle, and it seemed like her overall demeanor was different too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to say the other, like the earlier concept, like she was much more like girly girl, like girl next door. Now she's wearing a biker's jacket and has her hands on her hips and all like, what you looking at? I don't know.
So he did do the Legends series before. I was paging through the Mega Man X official complete works. I couldn't find his name, so apparently he did like Legends.
Yeah, he did illustrations for Mega Man Legends 2, Mega Man Legends. He did Mega Man Battle and Chase, Mega Man the Power Battle, Mega Man and Base, Mega Man 8, Mega Man 7, and he also did some additional artwork for ZX Tunes.
I actually...
Oh yeah, the alternate jackets. I remember that.
Yeah.
At the Comic-Con thing I went to recently, I actually picked up Mega Man and Base. So yeah, I know those. I know those.
It's a really good game. It was actually my favorite before I played Mega Man 9.
Well, I used to play it on an emulator, but I actually bought it because I rare that I do these games, and I was just like, yeah, I remember so much. I remember it was fun. Anyways, but no, yeah, going back to the party.
Yeah, the thing actually started kind of interestingly. I'd actually like to talk about it. A few of the backstage guys will know this, but I had my eye on MRFF ever since the Mega Man Network reported on it back in February. You know, the first time I read that post, I was just like, oh my god, this is incredible, I so wish I could be a part of this. Because CAPkobun was just explaining it like it was the end of the world. It sounded incredible, the stuff they were planning.
More like the beginning of the world. First, there was nothing. Then there was Rock Festa.
It was somewhere between the middle of the end.
But yeah, eventually I, got to thinking about what a great thing this could be for Get Me Off the Moon. I mean, this event just opens up a ton of possibilities, and, above all, it's taking place in Japan, where Capcom Japan is located, and they're our main target.
Yeah, I think Capcom Japan, they kind of need to hear it the most, not just because they're decision makers.
Yeah.
I get the impression that Capcom of America is a little more supportive of the fans than Capcom Japan.
It's about it. It depends. But
part of it is the fact that we talk to them directly, I'm sure. But.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk down the efforts of any of our past convention appearances, because we have done some pretty amazing things. But, in all honesty, I always kind of felt that they carried a certain degree of utility, simply because they were located so far away from Japan. I mean, granted, attention from Capcom USA is great and all, but you really have to wonder just how much power those guys have in Capcom's decisions.
Plot twist. None.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the guys at Capcom Japan are the main branch. They possess the power to actually make changes within the company. I mean, if we can get them to notice our efforts at this event, there's a possibility that something big could happen.
Well, now that I think about it, I'm not really giving them enough credit when I say none. Like, I would assume they do have a lot of leeway in terms of, like, localizations and releases.
It was supposedly up to them that the whole Street Fighter Cross Mega Man thing actually got Capcom's weight behind it. So, I mean, they listened to them somewhat. I'm not really sure how much, though.
I recall hearing that Sven meets with the Capcom Japan guys every month, the executives in the company.
Right. But
they probably have a bit more leeway when it comes to the Street Fighter brand, because they did originate on the Western branch, right?
I don't know. I'm not really sure if even the Capcom America guys know that. I recall hearing that Heatman from the Mega Man Network asked Gregaman about the whole thing about how Capcom USA owns the rights to Street Fighter, and I don't think Greg knew anything about that. He was just confused about the whole thing.
That sounds a little out there to me. I mean, maybe USA started it, I don't know. I'm not that into Street Fighter, but the point's been made. I know Sven said this, that at the end of the day, they are a Japanese company.
Right.
Yeah.
That's understandable. It's like when they had the second Dead Rising 2, where was the company that made it? Vancouver?
It was in Capcom Vancouver or something.
Okay. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it probably all goes down to Capcom Japan, right? But,
let's get Capcom Vancouver to make Mega Man Legends.
Let's get
and anyone to at least try it.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I'll regret saying that. Someone will screw it up. I said it's a free pass. No.
And even adding to that, Japan is not really, well, I obviously can't tell for sure or not, but you'd think it'd be easier to get the attention from Japan than some places as big as North America, because Japan is not a very big country.
Well,
true, but they do have a pretty big impact, especially when it came to games and technology, right?
Yeah.
Well, something that I said before was that, I'm not sure that Capcom Japan is as supportive of their fans as Capcom America is. I mean, back when Legends 3 was first canned, Capcom Japan almost immediately laid out their plans to tear down the Devroom, whereas Capcom America's Devroom is still up to this day.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, listeners, go join it if you haven't already.
Please, yes.
What they said.
Yes, we always need more surfbots, people. Come on.
Well, can't be a surfbot these days, but still need more members.
I joined, but that shows you how much attention I pay.
The Devroomers are so lonely.
There are really cool guys at the Devroom, though, so pay it a visit if you can.
I know they're on them. I have trouble containing myself when I go there.
There's me, and there's Gregaman sometimes. Mostly me, though. I'm the cool one. My own little world. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Not to mention that you'll need a Devroom account when we finally get around to doing our next Neo Devroom event.
Right.
It's just, I find it tough to participate in the Devroom without venting at Capcom and I obviously don't want to do that too much because they're bored, and I don't want to encourage them to ignore us.
But trust me, I've seen some people who went way too far.
Oh, I don't,
No, I'm saying
sure that some people have. I'm just saying it's probably not a good idea to build on it.
Oh, no, I know. What I'm saying is, like, trust me, I think they have a limit to, like, you probably be like, yeah, we don't mind if you're upset and you have concerns. But some people I've seen, like, they're trying to say, oh, I'm just concerned. But they say the most ridiculously over-the-top things I've ever heard. And it's kind of funny in its own way, but at the same time, not what we want.
It actually did blow up like that once. Someone drew me a picture of a sloth foaming at the mouth in a suit, because I made some analogy to that effect about whose decision it was to cancel the game.
Why is sloth?
Not having a good day. I don't know, because they're the slow, lazy creatures.
Lazy?
Yeah. That's...
Hey, ooh.
I still have that saved to my desktop somewhere.
Well, that's
with that.
No, that's the top man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we should get back to the story.
True, yes.
So, like I was saying, I had my eye on MRFF for a while, so talked it over with the backstage guys, and we had a meeting about it, and, we started working out plans for a potential appearance there. But it's kind of funny, in the months following our decision, though, things kind of took a funny turn. We found out that our very own Japanese branch, -3 Reboot, had planned to represent our cause already at MRFF. They'd actually been preparing projects of their own behind the scenes and everything, so from there we just kind of decided to hop on the bandwagon with them, because it looked like they had things pretty much out there. They've got things all under wraps and everything. But, so we got in contact with Suzukaze, leader of the -3 Reboot team, asked if we could help them with their plans in any way, and that's basically where everything unfolded. He got back to me later and told us that they were planning some incredible projects, which I unfortunately cannot reveal at this time, but take my word for it, they're incredible.
Top secret hush-hush.
However, they were lacking the funds to fully realize them. Therefore, he asked us if we can ask the 100K Masters for the money, so we went ahead and did it. And by the way, I was kind of hesitant about it, but the plans they were preparing were so incredible that I couldn't pass it up. It was... Let me tell you, when this thing is finally revealed, I can guarantee you it's going to generate massive coverage, probably equal to that... Well, I mean, you can't really use a rocket as comparison just yet because we don't have the footage, but I would think it would compare to the coverage that a rocket would get when the footage of it is finally revealed.
Well, remember that in Japan and the rocket was in the States, right? So it's kind of like, there's the Western way of how they did it, and then there's Japanese way of how they're doing it. So it's basically, I think they'll both contribute a lot more than anything.
And by the way, we are going to be featuring our rocket footage at MRFF to a certain extent. It's going to be a condensed version because -3 Reboot, unfortunately, has a really packed schedule and they can only fit in 2 to 3 minutes of footage. But yeah, that is going to be featured at the event. We'll hopefully have it available to you after that. So there you go. That's the whole lowdown about MRFF.
Is there anything else we're planning on featuring there aside from the rocket footage? Like, I know we were talking about some stuff, but I'm not sure how much we actually got. Unfortunately, no. Like I said, they have a really packed schedule. It was kind of even hard to get our rocket footage in there, which unfortunately had to end up being a condensed version at the end of things. I know we were talking a bit about featuring a demo version of Toad's Legendary Travels, which Fab and Blika said they would do their best to get out by MRFF, but unfortunately things didn't work out with that. Schedule's just too packed.
So even if it was just like the build, the stuff you can download on their website right now, because I think it's interesting how close it is to Mega Man Legends, like just how almost exactly like gameplay wise it is. So you never
except for the whole Tuttle doesn't have a gun thing.
Oh yeah, Mega Man Kick. That sort of counts.
So what? You just kick everything?
No, you cane people.
Oh, cane. Oh. Oh, that's kind of an analog to the Beam Blade arm, I guess. You know, like you can see Tuttle start leaping through the air with his cane. That'd be awesome.
upgrade it, have his cane shoot other smaller canes.
I wonder if he'll be able to pole vault with the cane.
Don't put any cans, put little golf balls.
Oh, yeah.
I can actually see that working for Anyway.
Back to the Rock Festa, I guess.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to say. Well, this isn't actually the Rock Festa. It's just that you kept mentioning that we've got a condensed version of it, and I thought we should clarify that we're still getting the full version here in the States and stuff. It's just...
Yeah, we fully intend to put that out.
For the sake of the Rock Festa, we will be using a condensed version.
Yeah, the condensed version is about 2-3 minutes long. Jesse actually just got back to me. Jesse's our camera editor, to those listening. He actually just contacted me yesterday saying that the full version is in its final stages, and it's around 11 minutes long.
Hooray, final stages!
Yes!
Maybe we can finally see the blasted thing.
From what I hear,
setbacks happen. Sorry, guys.
From what I hear,
we forgive you. Just deliver in the end.
Apparently, the rocket shoots up, and I know that much. So, but it's at least we're assured it didn't like just go up and then blow up midway through.
So we're better off than Diesel, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Diesel and Von Blucher.
Yeah,
okay, good.
I played Mega Man Legends 2 finally.
Yay!
Did we serve tea and coffee or whatever at the rocket launch? Just have a bunch of old guys.
We should have brought that up. What a shame.
It's like as soon as you're about to launch the rocket, this monkey comes out of nowhere and starts squeaking at you, and you have no idea what he's trying to tell you.
Oh, it's a fire. I've seen it in the game.
And I guess that's just about it for MRFF. Like we mentioned before, they're planning some awesome projects, which we can't reveal right now, but they're huge. So, stay tuned for that.
They're top secret hush-hush on the down low for Shizzle Yo.
Guys.
Like we did mention, though.
Here comes a new challenger!
Oh, hey.
Hi, Dad.
Alright, she's here!
I added her, finally.
Yeah, sorry I was late. I was grilling some bread.
Grilling some bread.
It's okay.
I'm not even sure I can forgive you for that excuse.
Making
It's
toast.
okay. I'm making coffee right now.
Butter and toast.
Actually, bruschetta and toast. For all fancy like that.
Well, pardon my français.
It's Italian.
Take it from who has French fans.
Let me just finish up this last sentence, then we can carry on. I was in the middle of the sentence when Dash jumped in.
Oh no, I knew I was hoping I could add her, like, just to kind of cut you off, and she's like...
Oh, you jerk. Okay, well, like we mentioned before, Hideki Ishikawa is going to be drawing all the artwork for the event, so stay tuned for that. We're going to try to keep you posted.
Basically, Earthbound's coming to the Wii U Virtual Console, which is a surprise move for a lot of people in the sense that, you know, Earthbound's kind of been under wraps, but basically only been relevant in Japan still, but not so much in the Western areas, like Europe and, North America. So, the way, I remember seeing the post, we basically just assumed, because, it's been longer since Earthbound's come out in the States and in Canada, that it could be a good sign that maybe Legends could also make a comeback.
Like, there was all sorts of rumors about why Earthbound wasn't getting a digital release in the States.
Yeah.
And, like, it was everywhere from, like, music licenses to, I think some guys were talking about it being a tiny bit racist at some points, which seemed unfounded to me. But, long story short, if Earthbound can finally get a digital release, then I don't really see what's stopping Legends.
Well,
Aside from Capcom.
Well, Capcom has actually come out and said that they had legal issues, but that they were looking into ways around them. I mean, they threw Legends into that poll they did a while back, about digital games.
I keep hearing it has something to do with the voice actors.
I don't know if that's true or not, because I have a link that, like, in an old discussion, Sven once said that, it's the issues he's talking about aren't vocal, and then, I was trying to drive that home to everyone, and then a couple of months later it comes back with, we can solve this by releasing Japanese voices with subtitles. It's like, what?
Another one was, I think part of the rumors about why Legends wasn't re-released was a soda can image was copyrighted or something like that. Like the image on the soda machine was copyrighted or part
supposedly
of a deal or something.
Sony won't let them alter anything for a PlayStation Network release, so even the slightest thing screws them over.
Right. Well, you gotta think about, like, when they first made it, like, how little trouble they probably ran into, and nowadays it's like, we gotta get the license, blah blah blah.
It'd be nice if they could kind of give it the Bionic Commando rearm treatment, because that was just basically an HD remake of the game, right? So it got past the whole...
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too. Like, just, but then the problem is that would require them doing actually work on a Legends game, and that doesn't seem all that likely.
I gotta wonder, and I don't know if they'll ever comment on this, but what I'm wondering, and I mean I bring this up on the Facebook page once in a while, is whether or not these stumbling blocks they're running into have anything to do with the fact that they're looking at digital distribution. Because something I took notice of is that really none of the PlayStation-era Mega Man games were ever digitally re-released in the US, like, at all. Huh. And I mean, they did, obviously they have X Collection from back in, GameCube PS2, but around the same time they were remaking X1, they actually ported X4. They had two versions, that X and Zero were two separate downloads. We never saw that. And I gotta wonder if that's just how they were drawing up their licenses at that time, and if they actually put some real effort into a retail collection or something like that, if that would help. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't, I don't know.
I'm kind of confused at how, contracts can forbid something that wasn't even a thing that existed at the point.
Well, it's not that they forbid it, I don't think. I think it's that the contract has to allow a certain type of usage, and so now that somebody invented a new usage, the contract doesn't cover how the people who contributed are to be compensated for that. I'm guessing. I'm not a lawyer, but, I mean, I'm bored and I read this stuff.
That's a good point, though. None of the PS1 era Mega Man games have been re-released. Well, aside from those issues that you stated.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that we saw were the Japan-only complete works. Those came out on PSP.
Yeah.
I assume also...
8 was part of the Mega Man Anniversary Collection.
Yeah, exactly.
That
that's the
physical
physical release. That's the physical collection.
Oh, right.
I
actually still have that.
And, like I said, they did a digital X4 for cell phones, and we never saw it. I have to wonder if that's why. If it's not the same issue.
Or for the phone?
Like how they did X1, except they didn't...
No, I know, but I'm just on a phone. Can you even play that game on a phone?
X1 worked on the phone, X4 can, I'm sure. How well it worked is another topic.
No, I'm saying it was very flawless. I don't know. We said before, it's not something that's suited for that. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know.
Speaking of trying to figure out the reason behind things, I actually just remembered this a couple seconds ago, but in one of my classes, game document development or whatever, we were looking at this contract that was drawn up between Activision and Blizzard and Bungie in regards to the Destiny games or whatever, and part of it that my teacher pointed out was a clause about canceling development if a certain number of milestones are not reached on time. And that made me think that maybe that was the reason that Legends 3 got canceled. They had missed a bunch of milestones earlier in development, and then, they missed one more right at the finishing line, and then contractually they had to cut it short or something?
I really hope not.
All this stuff, these licenses and that, they didn't seem as apparent, like back in PS1, PS2 era stuff.
Well, there was a lot less money involved during that development period.
I suppose, but at the same time, it's like you look at it seems like that sort of thing seems to hinder just how people kind of go about making the games and stuff. I don't know. I don't know, so it just, that's how it looks to me.
Alright, I think that about... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just thinking about what Nathan said about the, like, contractual obligations, whether they ran into that Buttons 3. Can you imagine how much that would bite? I mean, it's already so frustrating, the fact that the only reason we're not playing the prototype is because they delayed it to allegedly make it better. You know?
Well, that's what they say.
Well, again, well, it's all we have to go on. But, I mean, if
yeah.
On top of that, okay, when they got their new release date out, then some piece of paperwork said they had to stop. Oh, man. Oh. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay then, remember guys, if you have any ideas for,
Miiverse!
If you have any ideas for us...
Oh, Miiverse!
Get them up there.
Yeah, guys, if you've done any cool stuff to promote our cause, such as Miiverse drawings or... Oh, go ahead.
It can't all be Robert Case. He's awesome! He's awesome! I love his art, but he can't do it alone.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, if you guys do any cool promotional activities, just post them on the wall or send them our way. We'll be glad to feature them. And don't forget to join the Devroom, like our page at Facebook/Japanese Afternoon. You'll find the links in the description below. And until we have more news to report, we are hoping you're looking forward to our appearance at the Mega Rock Fan Festa. So, until next time, legends never die! Keep fighting the good fight.
Okay, so, Ash, you want to say funny things to entertain us for the time being?
What? Meaning, like, teach people how to grill bread?
Yeah.
I can teach you how to grill bread. Okay.
Step 1, acquire bread.
What is bread, exactly?
What is bread?
Your bread refill my health?
It's,
What about my MP?
You know, like Roll's picnic dinners.
Yeah, well, I'm doing Final Fantasy. Magic.
Well, this is manly cooking, so you actually lose HP and MP instead of gaining it. I don't gain any man points by making meals that replenish these stats. You know what I'm saying? That's like why I don't cook anywhere except on the grill.
So if we were to eat this bread, would we need like some Red Bull to boost up the health?
Yeah, you need Red Bull.
Yay! I know what I'm eating.
Red Bull and grilled bread. So yeah, like I was saying, you get the grill and you get the bread. You turn the grill on, then you put the bread on it. And then you take tongs or pincers or something, or that claw that you use to like move radioactive material or dry it out.
So we'll need a hazmat.
Yeah, you'll need a hazmat, and then you turn the bread once.
Right.
And you take it off before it goes up in flames. That's how you make grilled bread.
That sounds like bread that very nearly kills you, like 80-90% health.
Actually, I should just convert my channel into a cooking show for things like this. But yeah, how to make grilled bread. Yeah.
You'll need a victory dance after you make the bread, so you put your left foot in, put your left foot out, and I forget that.
And then when you put your arms in, you accidentally hit the grill, and you start.
Why is it so easy for me to imagine trying to serve bots doing this?
We'll need a little
rice, spaghetti, grilled bread.
We'll need a replica of Data, because Mega Man Legends Oh, right at the beginning. He burns the chicken.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to make pizza, that's... If it was a microwave pizza, he has no excuse.
You should add the, here comes the new challenger when just hit. Good, I swear that will...
Yeah, just late in the podcast, I guess I should.
No.
Yeah, throw in like a warning klaxon before she...
Dash is now a robot master.
So,
No,
you want us to use like a silhouette of Akuma to kind of represent that? Just be like, here's the new challenger.
Hey, Dad, I'm in the middle of a call.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, hi, Dad.
It's Dad Troxon.
Mm-hmm.
We were also talking about Phoenix Wright a while ago. But...
Give Phoenix Wright a rest, Tim.
Never.
You talk about it every single podcast.
Wait, hold on.
He had a rest.
Did somebody
It's called
say
Power
obsession?
Justice.
Objection. These things can be so apparent, so, the fact when they made the first version,
Tim.
Tim, we are losing you.
None of those were words, Tim.
You sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Let me move.
Oh man, she's not giving me the answers.